This is Annuity News Now. President Obama insisted Friday that any broad deficit reduction plan must include new tax revenue in addition to large spending cuts, and the Senate rejected a bill from the Republican-controlled House that would have required a balanced budget amendment and massive cuts but no tax hikes. The Senate also set aside immediate plans to consider a bipartisan measure to raise the federal debt limit and avert a government default, leaving it to the House to approve such a plan first. The moves were made in the hope that the House can pass the so-called grand bargain to reduce the deficit and raise the debt ceiling next week. Labor Department data released on Friday shows jobless rates jumped in June from the month before in more than half of the U.S. states, as sinking public employment reversed the trend of steadily improving labor conditions in the first half of 2011. Altogether, 28 states and the District of Columbia registered unemployment rate increases from the month before, and 8 states had rate decreases. From a year before, the rates dropped in 39 states and rose in 8 states and the District of Columbia. That's according to Labor Department data. A new University of Missouri study sponsored by Prudential Financial on the timing of individual retirement decisions from 1992 to 2008 demonstrates that Americans are more likely to retire after periods of strong equity market performance following the retirement of a spouse or if they participated in a defined benefit pension plan. The study also found that pre-retirees with only defined benefit plans are almost twice as likely to retire in any given year versus those covered only by a defined contribution plan. Prudential Stephen Pelletier said the study's findings highlight the risk individuals take if they retire and haven't protected their assets or converted retirement savings into guaranteed income during retirement. For more, visit AnnuityNewsNow.com. Thanks for watching.